What's up, everybody? Colby Conway here with DFS Alarm, here for today's Yahoo MLB DFS Heart of the Order plays for the main slate on Tuesday, June 14th. On the mound, we're going to pay up for Dylan Cease at $47. In a matchup against Detroit, I really didn't expect Cease to be tied for the third highest starter on the slate. That's still up there, don't get me wrong, but I definitely thought he'd be a little bit closer in that Garrett Cole tier of pricing tonight. I get it, he's lasted less than 5 innings in all but 2 of his 6 most recent starts, but the strikeout numbers have remained excellent, and not only have the Tigers struck out at the 5th highest rate over the last 2 weeks, but they have the 5th highest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching overall in 2022. The wind is expected to be blowing in Detroit tonight, but not that that really matters, and Cease is 2-1 with a 2.10 earned run average in 5 road starts this season. What really blew me away and really attracted me here to Cease tonight is his dominance in his career against Detroit. In games that he started at Detroit, he's 5-0 with a 2.33 earned run average and 11.3 K per 9. And against Detroit overall, he's a whopping 9-0 with a 2.08 ERA and 10.7 K per 9. Dylan Cease at $47 is my top pitcher for tonight. First hitter we're going to look at is Yordan Alvarez at $24. He is expensive as well, but his upside is unparalleled on the slate, especially given that he's facing a righty and this game is away from his home park. He's also 3 for 6 with a home run in his career against Dane Dunning, and Alvarez is hitting .466 over his last 15 games. He's got a .344 average against righties this season and a .351 average on the road. 5 of the 7 home runs that Dunning has served up this season have come at home, and everything else aside, Alvarez is just one of the hottest hitters in baseball, and he's on the best side of his splits tonight. Don't think twice about the $24 price tag. Next up is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for $19. Did you see what he did yesterday? Because he could easily do that again tonight. Baltimore's Jordan Lyles has allowed righties to hit .299 this year, and while the numbers for left-handed hitters are a bit more convincing against Lyles, righties can still have their way against the Baltimore right-hander. When you look at Lyles on the road this year, he's been a liability, posting up a 6.69 earned run average in 7 road starts this year, not to mention a .309 batting average against and 9 home runs in just 36 1/3 innings of work. Vladdy's got a .946 OPS over his last 7 games with 3 home runs, 8 RBI, and 7 runs scored. This Toronto offense is cooking with fire right now. Jordan Lyles stinks on the road. Vladdy Jr. is the key piece of any Toronto stack tonight. Paying up for a bunch of guys here, we need a value bat somewhere. We're going to go to Oscar Gonzalez for just $14. After some of the players above, like I said, we need a bit of a value play to save some money. And while Gonzalez's price tag did go up a little bit, he didn't quite get the full Coors inflation or the Coors bump that we often see. Yeah, he's up a couple bucks, but that's really nothing for a guy who's been hitting .391 on the year, and he's hitting .429 over his last 28 at-bats. Antonio Senzatella has allowed righties to hit .412 this year, and while he has a half-decent .376 ERA at home, he's allowed a .396 batting average against and a 1.90 whip. So I'm going to look more into that 4.17 FIP and 4.x4 FIP at home this year for Senzatella. Gonzalez has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 contests with 4 multi-hit games during this stretch, making him a nice value option for tonight's slate. So those are today's Yahoo MLB DFS Heart of the Order plays for the main slate on June 14th. Dylan Cease for $47, Yordan Alvarez for $24, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for $19, and Oscar Gonzalez for $14. Best of luck in tonight's main slate.